Play it fast, right?
And we cheer for Dark Naga as well because he's buzzing.
NGX, and they need to stop NGX from just playing this maybe a bit slower game, maybe
buzzing.
getting that build up. Say the Ags mentioned by the panel for Dreamocel could be big.
What draft did you actually end up preferring here, John? Between the two teams, was there a draft that you thought just came out a little bit on top? I mean, I think the panel was saying that they thought it was a bit of a tie in terms of the drafts, but what are you thinking?
I lean a bit towards NGX. I think we've seen Dreamocel's Morphling quite a fair bit. Morphling's been in a very weird spot, to be fair. And again, if you look at Thunder Awaken's draft, this is straight up comfort for them.
Right.
This is exactly what they want. Lots of team fight, lots of aggression from early on. And for NGX,
nice production.
You have core Morphling. That's going to need some time to farm up. You have some good forms. The Winter Wyvern idea there was great. So that could be what Dreamocel could be running with. But again, it's not exactly the easiest core to kind of get online there.
It certainly is not, Jonathan. Game number 1 about to get underway.
Let's
here as we
go,
have
Randy
a very
Cheer.
panoramic view
Fans
from
by
our
Zedek,
lovely
Predator.
observers. Early
Thank
team
you.
fights, John, do you predict? Like, do we have a level 1 team
It
fight to
shows
break out?
Zora
We have
and
seen
the Kent
quite a bit of
exhibit.
it throughout this tournament so far. That we might
let's have a
just
quick-
Dark Mago
quick
showing up in the mid
overview.
lane, but he's going to be
Nothing's
just fine to
happening,
back
right?
his way
No.
out. What do you think? Oh, we'd love some aggression here, Jonathan. It is an SCA tournament
We were
after all.
charged.
Can we have a big
He's
team
well
fight to
stunned.
break out?
Increased bonus.
Certainly. Thunder Awaken has the lineup to kind of get that done if they wanted to. NGX is also pretty good, level 1.
Shift is
So they
better
could
level
kind of
1.
posture their both standing by
Axe
the
is
river right
better.
now, kind of taking a peek, and it could end up being that way, but it looks like they might actually opt to play it safe.
Will you buy? How good is Ags here?
You never
Ags,
know.
Donkey
I mean,
King
they
can be
do
pretty
have
good.
the poking and prodding ready.
They do. No mind control. I just run into this monkey
you have
king
shard,
very
you
soon.
get the
Meanwhile,
shard
Kuro
from the
running
morph
to
sphere
Matthew,
as
who will
well.
be happy to man up. Mind control will join in. Kuro will take a fair bit of damage from that Arctic Burn, but going to be just fine. Will end up actually being a 3-for-1 banner in trade there. So Dreamocel, the only one able to take a bounty for Nigma Galaxy, and Thunder Awaken, a very nice start to get things started.
They don't have silence,
Allows
so
them
that's
to build up a
true.
little bit faster. A little thing that happened there, Dreamocel was just hanging behind his tier 2. Like, he was so far off,
Septum Cup
he
is
didn't want to
snap.
get picked off. They respect the fact
Wait, how
that
does
Thunder
that
Awaken
work?
do want to play aggressive. That does mean they miss out on a couple of bounties, so Thunder Awaken going to be feeling a lot
doesn't have the
better as we're
talent,
taking
snap
a
is
look
not good.
at that mid matchup. Dark Mago on that Mars up against Males.
They also have
I mean, these are
quite
heroes
good
that
burst.
for a long time
There's
have
a
been
lot
kind of
of
on and
damage.
off on the mid. We're seeing both of them at once, and
A little bit
should
scary
be a really
for
good matchup. Rune
Timber
Control going
against
to be really
Morph.
important for both, really beefy, and feels like because you have those two
God is on
heroes,
your
it's gonna
side,
be
Randy.
a lot of momentum
Ally
coming
me.
out from them.
What about this bot lane, John? You're seeing Pekaz and Panda do, of course, against Mind Control and
Nice
Kuro, and it
start.
looks pretty rough for Pekaz right now as Mind Control just going to run him down with the Starbreaker. Almost shooting it out. Pekaz barely going to survive. Fairy Fire just enough for this one, but Nigma, they're getting aggressive already.
Good damage though.
They're just
Nice
running
grind.
down lanes. They know they have a lot of presence, especially in that off lane. A good mischief dodge from Pekaz to just kind of hold off, and the Fair Fire is taken out. The early levels can be a bit rougher in that lane. Level 3 is when it starts to feel good. Your cooldown
Okay,
Arctic
so
Burn
I
is
just
fairly
did
long.
a little
You can
bit
see
more.
Kuro just maybe looking to get some deep wards down, watch when the pulls come in, try to punish when it's up. And of course, with the enchant and some nice creeps in that camp, you can kind of run down the lane.
Absolutely.
King
How's that mid lane going right now? Dark Mago having a very, very good time against Simel. Still a very close affair in terms of CS, but you'd have to imagine that the Mars should have a bit of an advantage going into this mid matchup.
So this here got
If not
nerfed.
for the
What was
Pangolin
it?
against the
Is
Mars.
it buff?
You'll see Dark Mago trying to abuse that advantage.
Less
ASAP.
mod on
And
Q.
What about that top lane, John? We haven't really had a look at that quite yet.
Yeah, that's probably one of
This
the
is
slower lanes to come out.
argue it's worse.
If you kind of think about it, right?
It's
like
worse.
it's a Rubik Morphling lane. It's not going to be
This
doing
can
too much.
potentially,
You
Luxor
get
can be
aggressive
way
up top,
better
though.
potentially.
Jumping Dreamocel.
Wow.
And DH able to secure first blood onto Matthew. Great start for Nigma.
Stealing the kill, though.
Sure, you would have loved the Morphling to pick up the kill, but GH will be just as happy.
Roll over
you
carry and
find
disarm
giving
them.
that to Rubik. Some level, some
Bottom.
EXP though.
Because he's in trouble. He'll go for the
Nice.
bounce, but it's not going to be enough. Nigma already a 2-kill lead going here for their side of things, and Thunder Awakening a bit of a slower start on their end.
Yeah, and I like that lane switch up coming out from NGX. You know, having Kuro play the Enchantress off and having GH play that Rubik up top does give you a lot more defensiveness as well for the Morphling to kind of play with. You can kind of lift back, hold off the aggression on Dreamocel, and you can be more aggressive down bot with the Enchant slow and with the healing to sustain your Dawnbreaker here.
Mind control. You just see him posturing so aggressively here, John. He does not want to back himself out. And look at this, the Starbreaker turning right back around onto Pekaz, but he's got to be careful. That Jingu Mastery was one proc
the
away
stack.
from allowing Pekaz that life steal, but he won't be able to quite get it. Meanwhile, top lane, Sacred on the Timber, John, having a bit of a slower game himself as GH trying to harass the Timber, but not really doing too much damage. Timber will be just fine.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of stacks every right-click trade. Of course, 2 stacks per hit. Each value per stack is kind of lower, but Sacred is feeling pretty secure now. Level 3. You do have a stun combination with Matthew on hand.
Nice.
If you can find the cookie. GH is doing a fantastic
Wolf
job.
skills very good in lane. You just need like 3 levels.
Is there Dreamocel? He's going to be fine.
Look at this. The tower hit.
Big trouble. That T1 tower hit GH. Able to take another kill is now Sacred. He'll be chased down, but they won't bother continuing. Just way too tanky on the Timber, but another nice kill for GH. And John, as a support Rubik, you've been enjoying this bonus gold this early on. It's a great start for GH.
It should be building up into fast blink down the line. You're getting a lot of levels to hit that earlier level 6 spike as well from the safe lane. And you're really slowing down the Timber Stomp. Maybe not quite, but the Snapfire is a support that needs a lot more level. So dying in that lane from Matthew just
no.
Nice spear. Very nice spear into the cookie. Dark Mago from the low ground, connecting onto the king himself. First death there for Samel, and first kill for the side of Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, that's pretty damn big. Like we talked about those mids having the momentum. It's already a great start for that Morris.
Bit of a chase down bot now onto the
Is his name Dark Mago or Nago? It was an N before.
Going to get involved now into the Boundless Strike. Mind Control going to go for a run with the Boundless. Oh, never mind, they'll turn around. Starbreaker there. Mischief dodge out, but Bakaz, he'll Primal Spring away.
Oh, he puts it out, he could have killed.
This Panda, he'll keep going after Mind Control. Both cores going to survive for now, but dropping very, very low on HP. Meanwhile, mid lane, Samel in trouble once again, but GH, he's there to save the day this time around.
Samel, however, still having
a very rough mid lane, though I suppose his CS is still going okay.
Yeah, the CS is there.
Yeah, it's going
have the camps to play with anymore.
Morph
so
getting levels, so you can easily lane now alone.
Is going to be amplified for Dark Mago, and it's going to be rough, right? You're going to hit level 6 faster here on Dark Mago. You're going to have the arena. You can bully out Sumail, and they've been really on point with their support rotation.
The future looks pretty good this game, very good this game. It wasn't just
Matthew. They also dragged Pandaboo, even though they didn't really need to, but they understand the pressure that they need to apply in that mid.
Oh, absolutely. Well, GH, what's he up to do Just quick Arcane Boots being bought out. Obviously, again, probably not going to be able to deal with Sacred on the Timber quite yet. They'll just leave him be. Meanwhile, mid lane, Kuroki, he does have the Wild Ring Ripper, so could try for the Hurricane back in onto Dark Mago, and Samel, he'll move in now. Dark Mago, he's a tanky target, but not quite tanky enough as they will eventually take him down. Cookie's there though, Matthew, he'll find a trade, but a very good trade for the side of Nigma.
Yeah, that works out. You get the kill out with Kuroki, you kind of help Sumail recover, and you're still dragging those supports towards mid. The side
do you want to take a Gillidy heroes when you drag
Bakaz, he's getting manned up on Mind Control, just to knock out the Boundless. Oh, the Boundless is going to miss. Mind Control, he's got the hammer in a few seconds, but he won't chase too far. Dark Mago does rotate, and they have the Observer Ward to give that vision over, so they have the information on the Mars. And he does force a very nice rotation down bot for the side of Nigma. It's now Matthew.
The roll is coming. The roll is coming.
Nigma, though, still trying to get very aggressive across the map. As bot lane, Bakaz still going to drop here to Mind Control.
Hey, what? His solo kill him?
Overstays is welcome a bit.
Mind Control has had like a tournament of his life.
Too far off there for Mind Control. Manages to find that opportunity. Down mid, you do have that double damage running into Sumail, and they do commit their 3 supports here. It could be a bit risky if they do decide to fight back here on Thunder Awaken, but it looks like they'll play it safe. They do not want that much chip damage onto their tier 1 with siege creep, though.
Yeah, it's the classic rotation, the 5-minute siege creep. When you've got an Enchantress, you always want to try and rotate and get as much damage off as possible, and for now, they are protecting the siege creep very well. That might be a mid-tier 1 tower to go down very soon. Thunder, they need to get into that mid lane and try and defend this. It's just such an important tower. Kuro, he'll cop the stun. Sumail, he'll go for that rolling thunder. Won't connect on Matthew, though. He might just have to roll right back out of there. Bit of a U-turn from Sumail. Still doing some driving lessons here, but he'll be just fine.
Yeah, a wasted ult, not the biggest deal in the world. That does open up a lot of space for Dreamocel up top, so you've got to run back in Sacred. Doesn't take too long, Dreamocel. He's had a little bit of a slower lane despite the one-on-one, as you would expect up against a Timbersaw, but he's still up there. And again, if you keep this Morphling unchecked, the Ags buildup could be really good. The Winter Wyvern form is going to be massive, and that is something that Thunder Awaken might not be ready to deal with.
Oh, mid tower denied off already, John, prior to the 10-minute mark. That's huge for the side of Nigma. Those jungles open up now on the Radiant side, and Nigma will be able to infiltrate with such an aggressive lineup. You'll see Sacred, he'll try to just chip away at that top tier 1 tower. He's got no help around to get this done, so it's going to be a rather slow process, and you've got the Rubik of GH. to just continue pushing with the Fade Bolt if necessary.
They're winning 2-5.
Because again, they can't really deal with Sacred right now anyway, so he'll move in onto GH, trying to at least secure the Rubik kill. GH still fine. Dreamocel gonna try and help him out, but GH still being chased down as Sacred might eventually have it with bot lane Picard. He was in danger. GH still going. Arena down. They'll catch Dreamocel. They do take down the Rubik, and now Dreamocel's gone.
Not Randy.
A great team fight so far for the side of Thunder Awaken as they'll chase Sacred. But the Timber, he looks to be just fine. Mind Control cannot catch up, so the Timber will survive another day. Meanwhile, Picard's bot lane once again getting aggressive onto Kuroki. High fives are out. Kuroki, he's actually just going to run. No problem.
Just walk away.
Yeah, you're really happy with Thunder up top, though. Great movement out from Dark Mago. Gets a good arena down, catches the boat out, and they play tag for such a long time on NGX. They don't back off. They were banking on that Solar Guardian, just not enough heal considering how much personal you have at this point in the game.
All Sacred.
Mars is buzzing.
So confident. He knows
playing
he
very
can't
well.
die. And GH continues to try and just hold him back.
Just walk away forehead.
More help incoming. Matthew, very nice cookie into the spear setup. Matthew setting up for a killing spree for himself now.
Yeah, and this is when you expect Thunder Awaken team to get aggressive, right? Their lineup is suited for this kind of phase, although Picard's.
Boundless Strike going to cancel off the Starbreaker. Picard's, he's going to be just fine. Mind Control not going to be able to continue pursuing for that, but they might start working on towards that bottom T1 tower. You have Kuro rotating over as the engine.
Is it jungle now? Don't feed anymore.
Of course, Thunder Awaken, they are just going to go for the even trade in terms of those tier 1s, those Sumail. Trying to slow them down as best as possible with the Swashbuckle. But eventually we'll have to back his way up.
Yeah, that's the one big difference we're seeing right now, Mike. The Pangolier of Sumail is
more
just not as active
he needs it, guys. He's struggling.
To Dark Mago's Mars. I mean, this Mars is all over the place, looking for kill opportunities, wanting to play with Arena. And we've seen one role from Sumail doesn't quite line up. Maybe they find the opportunity with tier 1 bot down, start to take control of that bot jungle, but Thunder Awaken can just play on the opposite side up top now.
Absolutely. Tier 1 towers to drop. Sacred, he'll stick around this top lane for now. Again, he's such an important role here for the side of Thunder Awaken, considering he's the one who's had the best lane on their side of things. Mind you, I say that, John, you look at the top 3 net worths, and they are basically all the side of Thunder Awaken right now. So Nigma, well, they had a great start to this game. They do need to catch up just a little bit in that net worth department. We'll see if they do continue to get aggressive or whether they would just want to sit back. Dark Mago, though, bottom lane, looking at Mind Control. Won't go for it, however. Doesn't really have the backup to actually take this man down, so they'll have to leave him be. Instead, Thunder Awaken, they might start setting up mid lane. Dreamocel, however, he'll show up. Will make his presence known. Thunder Awaken, we'll see if they can set up for that mid tier 1 a bit later on.
Yeah, they're just kind of playing poking tag. They're occupying the top jungle. They're keeping their bot jungle protected with this forward movement from Dark Mago, and a smoke out to rotate onto that Mars as well.
Here we go. Dark Mago, he might bait for the team here down at bot lane. Nigma. Can they read the movement? Oh, Kuro, that's great positioning from Kuro. He wants to break the smoke and does do so onto the Timber. A very awkward smoke now for Thunder Awaken as they've got the information on the side of Nigma. And Kuroki, just a specialist with this kind of positioning as a +5 inch. And even then, even if you do make the jump in onto the inch, chances are she's not going to die.
She's got that untouchable up, very hard
it's
to burst
another
down.
even game.
You're going to have to
We've been watching too much Alliance recently, where every game is fucking
really
strong,
good space
so
coming
it's
out
kind of
from
shocking to see an even game.
The area the Morphling has to play with isn't particularly amazing. Just stuck in the triangle, does at least have the Morbid Mask kind of build up. And just kind of soak through inches, but it's not the fastest process. So despite having a little bit of room to play, their positioning is still good here in Thunder Awaken.
Still a very close matchup, John. Less than 1k net worth lead for Thunder Awaken. Could go any way. 12 minutes in. Again, both teams just kind of slowing down 5-5 at the moment. You've got some great mid-game timings, though, Jonathan. Of course, you've got the Timber, you've got the MK, the Mars. Blink timings are very important. Matthew, though, bot lane, going to be jumped here by Mind Control. The slow will be there as well. Matthew will just run his way out. They don't bother trying to go for the Starbreaker as the cookie was there anyway, just in case he needed it. Of course, you never know if the rotations are incoming from Thunder Awaken, as now they are. Panda Boot. We'll see a couple. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're going to try and make the play onto Sacred. He's a very tanky boy, though. But they've got the Solar Guardian to follow up. But can they get it on? He's just so tanky. Sacred, eventually, he does not connect the chains.
What? How did it not connect?
Sumail, able to take the kill. High fives all around. And Thunder Awaken just unable to get there in time to try and help out.
That was a beautiful little lift from GH as he TP'd in. Managed to get the timing right, stop that escape out coming from Dark Mago, and they find something. They can start to build off of Sumail now. It does feel like he's ready to go. You can see it right there. Super durable on that Timber Saw.
Maybe he did it on purpose because he doesn't want him to bounce up now.
Just goes down, chains. Oh, what was it cancelled by?
I think it was Liv.
Yeah, it may have just been GH, yeah. Top lane, Picard's gonna be careful, but Sacred.
This guy.
He's respawned up. Back off to GH. He wants some revenge. Mind control.
Unkillable hero. Feels good design, man.
Again, he's a tanky boy. Lift up. Mind control. He'll keep going. Sacred. He's not afraid. Though.
Here's unkillable. What the fuck is this?
The Boundless. It'll connect just barely, and now the Mortimer's Kiss as GH is gonna drop his Thunder Awaken. They will fight back, and they will do so successfully.
Team is struggling.
To do. If your Timber Saw is being jumped, or
Randy looking over, Pepper Beat, smiling.
Everyone ready to kind of go behind him and just sort of get a little bit more space out for Picard. He does show up for that fight, has the Echo Saber, decent enough damage and good reach to go at it. But in comparison, Dreamocel is getting a lot more free farm. He's given free lanes, they're fighting away from him. Number 2 now in Wetbird, so recovering nicely on Morphling. And again, this game does feel a lot more tempo for Thunder Awaken to play.
It does. Do you think there's a particular timing that we have to kind of wait for TA? Or even NGX on their end of things?
For TA, at least the Kaya Sanj on Sacred. I think that's a big start on the Timber Saw, going to be a lot more durable. And the blink timing, it's already up in Dark Mago. He did kind of reveal it, but a nice blink arena can set up nicely here.
Sacred, bit of a chase down here by Mind Control. More high fives to come out. There's your item timing. 4 minutes earlier than the average of this patch, Jonathan. Very nice timing here from Dark Mago to see what he can get done with this. We haven't really seen too much use of the blink up quite yet on the Mars. So he's more than comfortable just continuing to go for the BKB first, and I suppose that is fair enough, considering you are up against a Pango, a Dawnbreaker, a Rubik. Chances are you are going to need that BKB.
Yeah, you're going to want some protection here. You're going to want to be able to guarantee that you can get the arena off, that you can follow up when your Timber Saw is being caught out. And GX
getting the Future Blade now. And Pango just drain all his mana.
Doesn't want to break the smoke, however. Sumail, he'll move in.
How are we going to kill this hero?
They try for, but this time around they will not commit for it.
Hoping he was going to run up.
Their way out.
He did not.
Just kind of feel how tense this game of 1 is already. Just so much of the line.
How much does one combo do? Each attack burns 40 mana.
End up going home here, Jonathan. Not in the first round, that is, of course.
4 strikes, 160 mana.
Thunder Awaken, still not backing off. Sacred, this is his home now. That top lane, it belongs to him.
That's the point in the game where the Timber Saw just camps a lane, forces
just
that
come
out
with Randy, he can morph into him and do giga damage.
To stop this push, slow and steady push coming out from Tim, or do you just want to play elsewhere? Looks like right now, NGX aren't really playing around him, although Thunder Awaken are kind of flanking around to that tier 1.
They still want that mid-tier 1 tower, but it's just sitting so healthy at the moment. Siege creep already gone as well.
Ooh, damn, boy.
Not going to allow the follow-up. Arena's down, however, Dark
Can they punish this, though?
They burst down the Rubik. Can they actually find Dark Mago?
Oh, my God.
He'll take down Sumail. Mind control. He'll go for a run, but Sacred, he'll be right on the chase. Eventually find the Dawnbreaker. Celestial Hammer. It'll get him a little bit away as Mind control. He's a man on the run, but the chase is going. Is even Dark Mago still chasing after Kuroki. Mind control somehow juking out. Still running. It's not going to be enough, however. He will drop as Kuro. Maybe he can find his own way out. It's still a terrible team fight for Nigma Galaxy.
What?
Nice little Thomas toys away, but Picard is here and they'll have the damage. Thunder Awaken, a 4-for-1 trade. You've got to be happy with that.
4 for 1?
Really
who did they kill?
To deal with how durable TA's draft is right now. The healing coming out from Dark Pandaboo in the middle of that arena just to save. It looked a little bit awkward with the blink and instant lift, but the follow-through wasn't quite there. And again, these 2 cores are just so tanky. It's a Mars, it's a Timber Saw with a Winter Wyvern to back them up. If you can't reach that,
it looked to make maybe more keep in there. I'm not sure.
Look how fast GH was there. John blink in, immediate lift out. Still, they end up winning the team fight as the arena was just perfect here from Dark Mago, catching 3 in there. Hell Panda, he didn't have to pop the curse. Just no necessity for it.
Yeah. Just needed that heal. A little bit of a chase for Mind Control, but they do find him in the end. And again, Thunder Awaken just looking to kick up that speed. The mid-tier 1 still has to go.
So what is he needs BKB before fighting, I guess?
Probably not too keen to defend now. They understand what happened last time. They don't have the Solar Guardian to kind of counter-fight anymore. So just hold back, keep that farm game up, try to hit your
Dreamocel.
No, I cannot die like this.
Oh, the speed does not land right through the
tree line. If he died there, it's
Cookie's going to be there. They'll still try to get a bit of chip damage off, but Dreamocel's just fine. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky with those spears.
Oh yeah, Dreamocel must be very, very happy to him. That's all calculated, his position right there, slipping through the tree line. Our Morphling, again, it's been given a lot of room. He's not been participating in a lot of these fights. The Asha up, Manta not too far off. But he is lagging behind that network, despite the activity coming out from Thunder Awaken, because they hold that top jungle so well. They just have so much more farm to take. And again, just poking and prodding onto that mid. Fight options for NGX just aren't quite there.
They're going to try again. That mid tier 1 tower, nice arena
round,
catching once again. In fact,
ooh, stolen. Randy's coming. Randy's coming.
Solar Guardians to come out from Mind Control into the Celestial Hammer, but do they have the follow-up? They're going to try, but the curse
Where's
is there.
Randy?
It's on one. Dark Mago's gone. Boundless strike out. Can they at least find the Dawnbreaker? They can. It's still going to be a win for the side of Thunder Awaken, at least for now. Pandamu, however, trapped up. Dreamocel, he's going to be all right. It'll be a 2-for-2 trade. A very even team fight to break out of the mid lane, and Nigma, they still hold on to that mid-tier 1 tower.
It's costing them a lot of bodies, but they're holding on to that objective, just making it a little...
Kuro, D-ward out, but he does end up getting caught out. So he does end up going down here to Sacred. But it seems like Nigma, as long as they hold that mid-tier 1, as long as they keep buying the time for Dreamocel, they might just be happy with this.
Yeah, they understand what they have to do. They pick the Morphling. They know it's going to be a slower game in comparison to something with Mors and the Timbersaw. So you do want to keep this game as stable as possible. You are growing rather big now. I mean, Pakaz is more than willing to show up with his Desolator. So the damage output coming out from Thunder Awaken is just, it's ridiculous. And again, the sustain they have with Pandabu standing at the back on that Winter Wyvern,
that's a good question.
They don't quite have that highly mobile hero to catch the Winter every single time. They're only relying on Sumail, who is still saving up for that Blink, which is maybe around 800, 900 gold away. Once that's up, maybe these fights feel a little bit easier for NGX. You know, find Pandabu first, find Matthew first, prevent those kisses, because those kisses from the Snapfire have been big.
Problem is, by the time you have that Blink up, you're probably going to have the BKBs available for Thunder Awaken. They just not matter with the Blink.
It's released, Dark Mago going
to start on Kuroki, but realizes... Back, never mind. Arena drop, they're going to try one more time. Curse is there. Hold a couple down. Samel through the Rolling Thunder.
Alright, he can take the Wyvern and get Giga range on attacks. That's pretty broken.
Around. It's just not what they want here at Thunder Awaken. They'll back their way out. They'll play this one safe. They still have a 4K advantage. There's just no need to rush. In fact, never mind.
Yeah, he got nerfed. This is 8 seconds, alright?
Back into Samel. They'll try for the Pango. But really, just all they want is that mid-tier 1 tower.
10 seconds.
It's a slow and steady push. They're still sneaking around with that smoke, though.
He's gonna carry. He just needs to take
the high ground.
Counter smoke, but it's gonna get spotted. Thunder Awaken, they saw that. They were on the high ground of that dire jungle. Still, GH can make the jump in and out.
Okay, but how do you kill him?
Once again, Dark Mago will go for a bit of a run.
There's no spells left.
Just
haven't been able to watch any of the tournament. Can you tell me how Alliance is
not going to be
doing?
enough. Sacred takes him down. Can they find a trade?
What the fuck is Sumail doing?
Like it. They've got to get the hell out of there as Mind Control. He's going to be alright. They do at least stop Pakaz from chasing.
I heard Putin was trying to do something next week. He tried to, Putin did not in your mouth.
The side of Nigma. Pakaz is there, but always gone too far. Boundless strike out. The star
Can he kill him?
It's not going to land.
Randy's getting perma-stunned.
For this. Dreamocel dropping. Form away just barely.
Christ.
He'll be alright for now. The chase is on once again from Sacred. Dreamocel.
Help him out!
Still trying to get away out, and he does. Instead, Kuroki is going to be the one to get
getting
caught.
Run over. These
so another
fights are
couple
hard.
to drop for Nigma. Thunder Awaken dropped nothing.
Still in the game though, guys.
Yeah, they don't lose anything, but they still don't find that mid-tier 1. That's, what, 3-4 fights in a row where that objective just stands. It looks a bit dicey for Pakaz. Good BKB reveal out from Mind Control, but the follow-through just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, Pakaz with the Jingu Mastery just healing up all the way. Getting to that healthy point and feeling very happy about it. This time around, though, John, they have secured a double damage for Thunder Awaken. Maybe that'll do the job this time.
More prayers,
guys.
Arena
is back up for Dark Mago. The BKB is not too far off as well for the Mars, so you're going to have a lot of options. You're not going to be too scared of just jumping in. And I don't think Dark Mago's been that scared at all in this game. He's been just diving for it for his team. NGX, I mean, this blink timing from Sumail has to come true. Like, they need someone to just dig into the back line, break up this organized fight from Thunder Awaken, and make it less of a coordinated fight. Because right now, every single time we see the arena, we see the kisses come out from a very good point. If they need the curse, Pandabu's almost always ready at the right spot for the cold embrace as well. And there's just nothing they can really do to stop that. The only time NGX wins is when Thunder Awaken kind of stream in one by one.
Yeah, the thing is as well though, John, I mean, I kind of pointed this out earlier, but Dark Mago, he's just a couple hundred gold off the BKB, and I believe Bakaz was getting rather close himself. So again, you got to really find that initiation perfectly here against the side of Thunder Awaken, and again, for the Radiant end, you get the BKBs up, you know they're going right back into that mid lane. Though for now, they are going to hang around the Roshan, but doesn't really feel like they can really try and start the Roshan yet. Just kind of controlling the area around the pit.
The flight from Wyvern will kill everyone.
Make their way over. We've scattered out with the enchanted creep. Pings are out though. Nigma, they might think this is happening. A smoke out from Thunder Awaken. Maybe just trying to bait them into the pit. Samel, he'll know they aren't in there. Dark Mago. Not going to be able to land the arena this time. GH might still drop, however. He'll go for a run and may actually just survive the Rubik. He's still all right. Sacred, going to get stunned up Samel. Going to protect GH.
They can't kill the Timber.
As well.
This is
so
not
Nigma,
balanced
they drop no bodies for this. Thunder Awaken, not able to find the pickoffs they're looking for. Not quite yet. But it's back into that mid-tier 1 tower.
And still standing. Fortify is there. No arena to force this fight. The double damage should enable them to find it, and they do. So they finally clear that big objective. They've got a better grip on that top jungle. Ooh.
Nice dodge in the Boundless. So now going to be just fine. He'll get himself out once again. Thunder Awaken though getting aggressive. Do find GH. Sacred and Dark Mago getting it done. They move right into that dire triangle. No fear in the world for the side of Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, again, they've just got such great frontliners to kind of play around. Even the Monkey King gets fairly tanky later on with the Wolf going down, and the BKBs are up, as you mentioned, Mike, so Kaz is ready to really follow through with the jumps in from Dark Mago, and they are going into the Roche Pit. Again, with the Desolator up on Kaz, this is not going to take too long, and for NGX, it's just a tough fight. They've got the blink on Sumail, but it feels like it's going to be him against World if he does want to play.
Well, he's making his way over. In fact, never mind, it was actually Kuroki, but they can't do it. They can't fight their way through this Roshan. So Thunder Awaken, going to claim the first Roshan of the game, it does seem like. And it should be Picard's ages to come, and it will be. A great game one so far for Thunder Awaken. Still only 5k net worth ahead, but it's certainly something, and they certainly are hitting these timings very, very well. John, what can Nigma do to try and turn this back the other way?
They need to find a pickoff. They need to find the supports first. It feels like if you find a Snapfire, if you find that Winter Wyvern, you take away a lot of your tools to follow through from the arena. You can kind of handle them afterwards one by one, but if you jump the front line like that over and over again, and you jump that Mars, you jump that Timbersaw, it just feels like Dark Mago and Sacred just aren't gonna die. They're just too durable. They've got BKBs, and without
what a jump in. We'll find GH immediately in that tree line. They saw the cookie that was stolen. They still hold that siege creep, and that'll be in the top tier 2 tower now to be targeted by the side of Thunder Awaken. Again, with that Desolator up on Picard, it's not going to take very long to get this one done. But now NGX not interested in trying to force the fight here. They will let this one go down for free and instead try to push out the side lanes and buy even more time for this Morphling. 18 to 8 though, 6k advantage. Outpost will be taken by Thunder Awaken. NGX again, we're yet to see when they get started.
It's just a slow build up for NGX. I mean, even with the blink on Sumail, even with that pretty decent time to fuel.
Hello, Kuroki. Gonna run right into Dark Mago. Oh, speed's not gonna land, however. Kuroki, he'll be fine to just run his way out slowly but surely, and in fact, he'll just go for the TP out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Picard's having a hunt around, might just spot out Mind Control, but it does seem like the Dawnbreaker will be able to blink and get himself out of there as well. So everyone on the GX just fine. No one getting picked off quite yet. Thunder Awaken. You kind of wonder, like, all this time being wasted running around the map, is that favoring NGX? Or do you think Thunder Awaken even care about that?
It doesn't more even kill, though.
You're not finding enough on NGX to kind of build up or keep up with the network lead that Thunder Awaken are establishing. They're going up by 1k now compared to the 5k a while ago, so it's still a lot more efficient for them despite the time they're spending, and they're just cutting off the map.
Jump in, GH, gonna get caught out once again on the Rubik, will end up going down. That's a start. Kuroki now will be chased down as well. Both supports to drop for the side of NGX and Picard's. Dominating spree for himself on this Monkey King. Smoke up immediately, they are not done. They want a bit more, at least a core or two for themselves. But instead Picard, he'll force the fight in the mid-tier 2 tower, or at least take it out. And it doesn't seem like the side of NGX are even going to try and defend. Instead, mind control. He'll go for the creep skip in the mid lane. The Dark Mago, he'll be on the chase. Can they catch him out with the spear?
Oh, they're Wyvern ult. They can't TP out.
Now Dark Mago does force out the BKB TP away, but the curse is going to be just in time from Pandamu. Lock him down. Solar Guardian out. He still makes it away. The BKB lasts long enough. They cannot cancel.
Yeah, it's a big sacrifice, though. You let Mind Control go. You are wasting Thunder Awaken's time. That's a lot more efficient now for NGX alone.
Samel will go for a rollout. Sacred, he'll still chase him down. He's got that flamethrower going. Eventually, Samel just going right for the TP. Mid-rolling Thunder is going to be okay. Mind Control still being chased here all across the map. Sacred may have eventually found him. It looks like he has. Chains out, though. Nice juke away, but Dark Mago is there to secure the kill of Thunder Awaken. What a dominant mid-game so far from this team.
Yeah, 21-8. They've just been aggressive all the way through. They've been getting every core in their action. Everyone's been playing so great in Thunder Awaken. The coordination of these five to get their spell usage on point, to catch out all these heroes. NGX are just banking on their stand-in, really. They're banking on Dreamocel to kind of carry them through. He's got the Scotty off. Maybe this is the point where it gets silly.
Well, Pandamu still going to be okay for now through the Cold Embrace, but they do at least pick up one. That's a start. But GH now going to be chased down. He does take the Cold Embrace from himself, but Bakaz wants to keep going. Nice speed, locking him down. We'll find a 1-for-1 as Dreamocel, he'll wait for him away. Samel actually runs his way out, or rather rolls his way out, but no, the Boundless is going to connect. They'll take down another. Massive pickoffs for TA. Can they go high ground here? Probably not, but they'll focus on those bottom T1 and T2 towers.
Getting strong.
Yeah, they dive again very deep out from Thunder Awaken, but they're just so durable. They really don't mind. You do lose your support, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. We do see some of the effect of Dreamocel going for that Scotty and turning into the Winter Wyvern, as the panel pointed out. It is highly effective, but it's also just not enough. It's going to take some time for you to beat down and get the max value from that HP burn, from the HP reduction or healing reduction onto these tanky cores. And these fights just don't last long enough for NGX.
Absolutely not.
10K,
Top the Dreamocel at the very least. He is keeping up in net worth, only just about 2.5K behind Bakaz and that Monkey King. You wonder, though, in terms of a 1v1 matchup between the Morph and the Monkey King, who would you give the advantage to, John?
It really depends on how everyone else kind of plays. I think it's not a very clear one-on-one win.
Right.
I guess at this standing at their net worths, you're definitely happier with Bakaz. NGX trying to sneak outside here to get a good scan.
They do have a nice scan out. I have Scotty available. Dreamocel also Sacred may not be so tanky anymore, but Kuroki gonna get jumped first.
But the support are feeding so much. They stop going out.
However, they do take him down. Nigma, do they still want to try and force a fight? Rolling Thunder is there. Samel, he'll make the jump in. He'll try for the Winter Wyvern. Starbreak is going to land. Still Dark Mago moving right in, and Bakaz will follow up, and there's the curse out. Have they protected Nigma with this, however? Maybe not. Maybe they just set up for two more. Samel will try to run now, but the chase is on. Thunder Awaken.
Why are they taking these fights?
Just the side of NGX.
Morph is not ready.
Not allowing any breathing room for this dire end.
Yeah, it looked like there could have been some potential there for NGX. They managed to jump the backline. They go instantly on the Winter Wyvern, but the follow-through just wasn't there. They lose out on Kuro a lot earlier on than they want. And again, Sumail jumps in. The follow-through's there from Mind Control. It's just not enough.
Certainly not, and now they're onto the high ground. Tier 3 tower, that'll be the first one to drop. It does not take very long here, John. Not for Thunder Awaken, it doesn't. NGX, they've got to try and find a way to defend this. At this rate, you might just have to let it go down and wait for Samel to be back up. Oh, even Dark Mago now. Refresher Orb is available, so you've got the double arena on the Mars. Scary, scary time for NGX. The Thunder Awaken, they'll play this conservative. They'll back up after one lane of barracks. They aren't interested in rushing. And it's one of the things with Dota 2, Jonathan. You lose one bad team fight at this stage of the game, things can turn very, very fast.
Definitely. And NGX is the kind of team that can punish quite nicely, but their toolkit just isn't there for them to take the initiative. They're kind of clumped up. One lane's just going to be a little bit tougher to defend with it just naturally shoving in. Thunder Awaken could just wait for that next Roshan here, Mike. 40 seconds away until we see that timer. And again, NGX still have a pretty rough time playing there. It's all down to Sumail rolling, but the BKBs really just remove that.
Where do they go now? I mean, you maybe wait for the next Roshan here. Still 25 till we find out when it is up. Smoke is there, however. NGX, they're not going to wait that long. Into that dive jungle, but Dark Mago, he's in position to break the smoke. They can't see him either. There's going to be an arena round already, but a nice roll of thunder.
Done? The burst is huge.
Being caught without the BKB being popped. They will lose KuroKy and GH, however. Can they keep the fight going? NGX, they'll have to back their way out as Thunder are happy to keep the fight going. They will refresh that arena, wanting to go for another. Dreamocel somehow trying to run, but a nice arena round.
Got strength up, you can't die.
He'll find two more. No way out of this. Into the Boundless Strike, Thunder awaken. Oh, what a team this is, John. What a performance in game number 1.
Oh, they've hit their stride. They get all the big kills they'd want. They managed to catch out Dreamocel as well in the arena. A lot of the damage now from NGX taken away. No
How long has it
for a little
been?
bit more time. And another set of towers and racks to fall though.
Jump in, GH once again. Being caught out. Might just drop.
Dive for 5 million years.
Away, but is going to just barely make it though, because he was trying. We'll go back towards that
Monolith
barracks.
with 10
Mago
gifted
trying to
subs.
find another Maeve. It's a bit too far here, but we'll be able to force stuff away thanks to Matthew. That'll be the top lane of barracks to go down. One left for Thunder Awaken to activate those mega creeps.
Don't show
will
around
go
the
for it
camera.
now. In fact, never mind. They'll play it safe. They won't risk it. Roshan is now available.
Yeah, safe play. Just get that secondary life lined up. They've still got a bot range racks to deal with if they really want the megas. It does feel like once you have that Aegis though, you're looking at the tier 4s. NGX, again, these fights have just not been shaping up in their favor, and it's been so difficult for them to just deal with how tanky they are.
Roshan, not going to last very long. And NGX probably not going to be able to come in to try and counter this one out. That'll be an Aegis and Shards to go the way of Thunder Awaken. Get no stopping this, but they are going to smoke. They're going to try and make their way over, but it already seems a bit too late. Roshan gone. They might just have to turn right back the other way, but it's going to be a smoke-on-smoke situation between these two teams. This could be the last team fight if NGX can't pull off a victory. KuroKy already getting caught out, does tank the gank for his team, and that'll be enough. NGX back towards the fountain they go. Or do they? Never mind, they'll get caught out in that Radiant jungle because he'll pop the BKB, Hex out onto Dreamocel. They've got the Morphling. Boundless Strike does land as well. Dreamocel trying to run. GH getting caught in the arena, but Dreamocel, oh, he's going to be left behind. Does have buyback at the very least for the next team fight. But it just seems like the Morphling not anywhere close enough or strong enough really to fight back against this Monkey King.
Yeah, he needs a BKB. He needs that spell protection. He can't allow himself to get caught out in the arena, and the damage coming through from the Timbersaw as well. And it's still a ways off from finishing up that item. It's been a long and slow game for Dreamocel to find that build up. And NGX, despite all their efforts of buying space out, just haven't been able to get much more from that. High ground once more for Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, we go. Last lane of barracks here for the side of Thunder Awaken. NGX, again, going to find a way to defend. They might just want to hold off on the buyback here on Dreamocel, allow him those 2 lives and just try to buy him a bit more time, but the jump is in. Dark Mago's there once again. Oh, Samal! And Mind Control caught out with 1 spear from the side of Thunder Awaken as Dark Mago. He's all over the place. Shish kebabs, anyone?
That's what's cooking tonight for Thunder Awaken. They're just skewering out NGX. Still have the Aegis. They call the GG on NGX. 36.5 minutes in. Thunder Awaken.
Wow.
Beast mode on. Constant aggression coming out. Start to finish. They get their comfort picks. They get the 2 turbo viewers up front with the Mars mid, with the Timbersaw off lane for Sacred, which he specializes in. And it just looks amazing. NGX, they had no moment to breathe. They tried to buy out space for farm on Dreamocel. The timings of Sumail thrown off from all those rotations in, and it just didn't look like they had much of a game to really play.
You gotta wonder what I don't know. I guess they wanted to mana burn against Timber and team fight.
In game number 1, but we will see if NGX can at least force game number 2 and maybe get a game number 3. But now we'll head off.
Oh, this is buzzing.
We'll see you all again very, very soon.
I want to see Peppa Beat face.
Giling-giling, sige giling-giling, sige giling yung naman tunaw ang taba.